For questions 5 through 7, we're solving. If we're solving, we'll see an equal sign. That tells me my end goal is to solve for my variable. That is our end goal. Also remember, when we're solving, we need to state our domain restrictions. So what can our variable not be? Remember, for that we look at our denominator, which in this case would be x minus 4, and we set that equal to 0. So if x minus 4 cannot be 0, that means x cannot be 4. Alright, once I know my domain restrictions, I'm also going to look for my least common denominator. In this case, our least common denominator is x minus 4. If I look at everything, that is the only factor in our denominators. So once I have the LCD, keep in mind when we're solving for x, we don't want fractions. So our next step would be to multiply our numerators by our least common denominator to eliminate fractions. So we want to eliminate fractions. Alright, the way that I'm going to do this is multiply both sides of my equation by my LCD. When I multiply the left side times x minus 4, we are going to have to distribute. And then I also need to multiply the right side. In this case, I don't need to multiply numerators and denominators, because mathematically, as long as I multiply on both sides of the equal sign, I'm covered. So, all I'm going to do next is rewrite out my x minus 4 times x minus 6 divided by, we still have this denominator of x minus 4. Alright, minus, we've got our x minus 4 that we've distributed to our 3x minus 2. All over, we still have this x minus 4 denominator. And this is set equal to 4 times our x minus 4. Remember, our goal here now is to eliminate fractions. And that's exactly what will happen. Notice you're not actually multiplying this out because your x minus 4 and x minus 4 will cancel out here. And over here, x minus 4 and x minus 4 are going to cancel. So what you're left with is x minus 6 minus 3x minus 2 equals 4 times x minus 4. Okay, and this 3x minus 2 does need to be in parentheses. I will distribute this negative. Or if you wanted to, at the very beginning of the problem, you could have changed it to addition and distributed your negative. So now you have x minus 6 minus 3x plus 2 equals, we'll go ahead and distribute our 4 here, 4x minus 16. And now at this point, we can combine like terms and solve. So we have x minus 3x, so negative 2x. We have negative 6 plus 2, gives me a negative 4, equals 4x minus 16. So now we'll solve by getting our x's on the same side. Move that. So we have negative 4 equals 6x minus 16. Move our 16 12 equal to 6x, and then divide by 6. So x equals 2. Now the nice thing about solving, you'll always know if your answer is correct because you can always plug it into the original, which is exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to plug this in to my original function, x minus 6 over x minus 4 minus 3x minus 2 over x minus 4 equals 4. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to plug it in 2. Get 2 minus 6 over 2 minus 4 minus 3 times 2 minus 2 over 2 minus 4 equals 4. Okay, 2 minus 6 is a negative 4 over 2 minus 4 is a negative 2 minus 3 times 2 is 6 minus 2 is 4 over 2 minus 4 is a negative 2. And then this reduces. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is a positive 2 minus 4 divided by negative 2, that's a negative 2. 2 negatives will make the positive. 4 equals 4. And the solution was correct.